Hi, Sagittarius moons. Thank you so much for being here. I am Divine Femme Kara at 144. Very happy, grateful, and blessed to bring you this reading. This reading is designed for those who have their moon sign in the zodiac sign of Sagittarius, unlimited to anyone who should find this message or should this message find you. For this reading, I will be doing a 6-card spread using the Gilded Tarot Royale deck. I'm also going to do a clarifying card at the end of this reading using the Medicine Woman Tarot deck. I've already pre-shuffled both decks and split the second deck, but I'm going to shuffle a few more times this first deck here and split the deck, and we will begin. I just hope that you all are doing well, feeling well, and staying blessed. And I'm getting that there's a destiny of a marriage that has been due to take place. There may have been some interference over the last couple of years where it seems like interference, but I feel it's things that were playing out that needed to work themselves out, kinks that needed to be worked out in order for there to be a smooth movement after some transformation and transition into something greater, smooth movement into something greater. And you reaching this and obtaining this as it is destiny. Your first card we have is the 4 of Wands. Look at that, destiny. I just picked that up, just feeling your vibes here. You're destined for a marriage here or a significant union in some kind of way, because not everybody believes in marriage. Everyone has their their own individual beliefs about union and what that means and how it is defined. And I feel that for you, there is definitely something that the universe is here to provide for you as we move closer into, I'm going to move that there. It's using that to hold that down. Moving this, and we'll move this one too, to signify the wonderful presence of what's taking place here in your life. 4 of Wands, this is the twin flame card. And yeah, I'm just really happy for you. I feel a lot of happiness and specialness that's taking place for you. Again, this is the twin flame card, so a lot of you may be twin flames where you're coming into a destined partnership and a union. We have a beautiful family here. I feel with this union, for some of you, there may be a destined child here that is coming in here as well. I do feel I'm getting for some of you where that interference, because I did have a couple of distractions here that kind of happened with this presentation of this card here. But over time, I feel that this wonderful soulmate of a child here that's destined to come from this union here has been also fighting within their spirit here, being a part of a spirituality of a union here. So with them not necessarily being present here in the physical, I feel that their energy has been a part of a process that is bringing a union together even more here in the physical. Four energy is about stability. It's also Cancerian energy when it comes to matters of the home, protection, nurturing, loving, warmth, intuitiveness, oceanic vibes I'm getting, a lover of water, but then that water complementing that Wands energy with the fire energy of your energy, Leo, Aries, and a Fucus. And then for some of you, you may be celebrating an anniversary. I feel a calmness and a peace that is surrounding this family here too as well. Lavender, I'm seeing lavender. That bringing about a healing energy and then also calmness. Lavender is also good for sleeping at night. I feel this contributes to the abundance here with this family here, being protected within these 4 wands here. Being surrounded by this lavender. Lavender, I'm getting also being about protection here too. Dandelions could be significant. A garden could be significant. I just feel this speaks to the overall growth of a union that has been being worked on, being tended to, seeds being planted, it being nurtured, watered, just as that Cancerian energy provides. And now there being some growth here with these beautiful 3 flowers here within this 4 wands energy. Seeing these gold rings here gives me marriage vibes here too. This could be anniversary. It's our anniversary. Yeah, yeah. It could be that for some of you too, and not necessarily a new union that's taking place, but a reunion. And the reunion could be taking place around an anniversary, or some of you just may be celebrating an anniversary. This 4 is also going to be above the 4th card. So we have 4-4 energy here, where you may be seeing 4-4 or 4-4-4 or 4-4-4-4. I'm getting 2 4s consecutively though. So 4-4 and then 4-4, where that 4-4 could stand for feminine energy, 4-4 for masculine energy, and then that overall 4 energy uniting that facet of 4-4 stability and then 4-4 stability, all tying in to make great 8s with the energy of that blessing of a child coming in here with the union. With the 8 energy, I'm also getting Scorpio. So some of you could have strong Ophiuchus energy in your birth chart, but then also to Scorpio as well. I feel Scorpio having to do with the energy of transforming and being a major part of fulfilling one's purpose here in this lifetime in order to obtain this 4 of Wands union here. Super pretty for your very first card. I feel this also speaks to the structure and what it is that you are building on as you're moving into a new cycle and a new phase of your life that's very heightened and brightened, blessed and loving and fruitful and divine. Very fabulous feeling. I love it. Your second card we have is the 5 of Swords. So I feel like the first thing I picked up on is this being a part of those distractions where that divineness and that protectiveness and that Cancerian energy of being able to have this warmth and this nurturance because it's destined for you and it being protected. Because I feel that there may have been other lifetimes where this may have been tried to have been achieved. And just due to the universal energies of past lifetimes, it was more about a working through things, working through cycles, not quite getting it right, moving into a next lifetime, doing the same thing, not quite getting it right, but building upon that and gaining each and every single lifetime as one is moving towards this lifetime, being in this lifetime, now being able to be strong with this stance as this being the first card and just not being able to be messed with. Where I feel this is also speaking to regeneration that's been taking place in this lifetime, where it was coming together and it wasn't strong enough. The potential was here with this 4 of Wands as what is destined is already predetermined and it's already designed and it's already existing. It's a matter of bringing that in. And so I feel that with one's ascension, going through scorpionic energy and transformations, there being greater awareness with awakenings and coming into greater strength and power, knowing that one is backed, but then also building upon oneself. I feel for both masculine and feminine, now uniting and bringing this together regardless of what may come about. And so with this loving energy, it's sad to say, but we have some salty and not so very happy people because they're not happy, which is too bad because everyone has the choice to choose happiness. It's totally about a choice. So with this 5 of Swords, I just feel that this is adversity with the positivity that is coming about from this union and this now being manifested. And so this just simply to, I feel, kind of like test, not necessarily test, but to prove just how strong this Four of Wands is as it continues to move forward into even more greatness. Because we do have the wonderful family here and a child that's the result of this union here. Which is that regeneration. So with this child, that child growing, being nurtured by these two loving individuals here that have come together, I feel have fought a great deal to be able to bring this together. And now being very strong with the stability of the Four, and also on top of the Four, as above, so is below. And that 4-4 and that 4-4 coming together as a strong force to be able to overcome this adversity of a 5. 5 being about change. We're again going back to that cycling of this particular union and just how strong it has come into in this lifetime, where in the past it was not. This, I feel, being a part of that energy that was present in past lifetimes here too as well. So with the coming together and this just not being as strong in past lifetimes, this being able to present itself right away with the seeing of anything happy coming together and being able to knock this down in past lifetimes. But I feel with this being present here now, it's not going to be able to touch this. There's an attempt. But I feel that overall with this Swords energy, Swords being about overall truth and intellect, intelligence, how one is moving when they're putting plans into action. I feel this is more of a quick action, more of a reaction here. And the Five of Swords, with that being about that energy of one winning the battle, but has one really won the war. I'm hearing Lost Ones by Lauryn Hill, where in the song it says, you may win some, but you really lost one. You just lost one. It's so silly, how come? When it's all done, did you really gain from what you done? That's what I'm hearing. And I'll put that song in the description box if you're interested in looking into the lyrics. That just came to me here with that Five of Swords. Again, 5s being about change. We have Swords energy of Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And then on the flip side of that 5, we have the energy of adventure. So let's see what the third card is. Judgment. Just as I was just picking up on with that Lauryn Hill song and those lyrics there. This not being universal law in this lifetime is just not having it for anything that's coming about that's trying to block anything that has to do with true, destined partnership and happiness. So I feel in the past, this particular energy may have been able to shut things down right away, whereas in this lifetime here, it may have happened over, a few cycles here, but I feel now coming into a newer cycle here where we're showing the strength of this Four of Wands coming out as your first card. It's just not happening, and this Judgment energy confirming this. Us reaping what we sow, so the energy that's being put out there, that energy of fighting and attempting to win and feeling like one has won the battle, but did you really win overall? Was it worth it? And Judgment card is here to help one to reflect on that. This being a part of the major arcana cycle, 2 10s there. 5 energy, multiples of 10. So again, that cycling and this happening over and over. I feel that being the buildup where there's 5 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 5 of Swords. Till it gets to the 20 here in this Judgment card. And it's like, okay, that's enough. And that's pretty much all that needs to be said about this card is what I'm picking up on. I feel that this also has been taking away in some kind of way, not necessarily taking away, but just kind of putting dents into something or attempting to put dents into something that is full of joy and happiness and specialness that is going to permeate across the lands here. You can see the energy that's surrounding these two and this family here overall. And the loving energy that comes from this card here, where it doesn't feel so much this way here. We kind of have that in the background here too, but with all those swords and just the aggressive energy that's coming through there, just not very nice. And people just want to be happy. And so this is more like that energy of someone who has not done the inner work, who has not done the work for themselves. And because of that, they're projecting this energy out onto others that are wanting to be in this wonderful, happy, and joy state, that are choosing happiness. Where this happiness is being protected here by the divine. And the horn is blowing on anything that is not resonating with what is taking place as a part of a destined partnership. And so what I'm getting with these 2 tens here before we move on is that in that past, that energy of overcoming and feeling like one has had one burden after another and trying to create this 4 of Wands here, that being a part of a 10 of Wands energy, where it's about a lot of burden, unnecessary burden, and not necessarily unnecessary, I shouldn't say that, where it felt unnecessary at the time. But everything happens for a reason, and I feel that unnecessariness is coming through in order to help one to realize just how strong they really are when they're able to tap in and come into their power and be strong and overcome obstacles. And then with the swords energy and this 5 of swords and that other 10, that being about 5 and 5, a 10 of swords, where there's been some heartache and heart pain, infliction to cause harm in some kind of way. You can see that kind of here. Holding 4 swords, almost like taking away from the healing, trying to take away from the healing after causing some harm. And taking this sword here where it's not necessarily looking like these swords. And I feel this is like a, almost like a false prophet type sword, where it's given the impression that it's about truth, but it's not really. Let's move on to the 4th card. And this 4th card, that will have 4 energy that is complementing and aligning with this 4 of Wands here. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Trains could be significant. We do have a train coming in. Pentacles energy is Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. This is a part of that stagnant energy. And I don't like to put labels on things or with people or anything. But the Knight of Pentacles is a slow-moving knight. It's the slowest moving knight of the deck. Where I feel that the stagnancy, it's like it could be considered, perspective is everything. It could be considered to be stagnancy, but overall it's a meticulous planning and making sure and being sure about one's decision, because one wants to make the best decision and the right decision that is best for them. And I'm getting this from that Knight of Pentacles, who is also the most responsible knight of all 4 knights in the tarot deck. The other 3 being the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. Where all 4 of these energies make up the Chariot energy, which is the card of 7 in the Major Arcana, on the way to manifesting with that 7 energy. And that 7 energy also being about completeness and receiving message from the angels. But defending one's stability here. There's the Knight of Pentacles, who is defending one's stability and making sure of this energy. I feel this being a part of that energy, like the powerful tool that's being used here in this lifetime, where this may not have been the case in past lifetimes, where we could have had the energy of more of a Knight of Wands energy, more of a Knight of Swords energy, instead of this Knight of Pentacles. And with the green The green energy matching the masculine. I'm getting more of this masculine energy. And the masculine energy going through cycles, having to learn about stability and building on foundations that are being built to stand the test of time. And now discovering this in this lifetime here. And so with that, in this night energy, I'm just getting that there may have been some confusion about the slowness of this night, where there may have been a lack of communication because of the strong energy of the Pentacles. I feel that being a major focus of the masculine energy. And so with that, this Knight of Pentacles is creating. And it may have come off selfish, but overall it was for this Four of Wands energy. So that this energy, the part that the masculine is contributing to this strength in this Four of Wands energy that's coming together in divine union and partnership. Being very meticulous and strategic and responsible about their finances, so that in the future with their family and then also with their children's family, what has happened in the past with this Five of Swords presenting itself and breaking down whatever it is that they were trying to break down, judgment coming in to protect this. And now with that protection, I feel that Knight of Pentacles having that reassurance and that assurance that what they have built is sturdy. As above, so is below. Squirrels could be significant. We have a little squirrely whirly. That could be a spirit animal. I feel this energy is also just very energetic, positively too as well, with a very pristine glow that they give, where they are a lover of animals. Animals love them. They may communicate with animals or use those animals as spirit guides. And I feel like seeing the animals here, that kind of speaking to the unity between a masculine and a feminine energy. So you could be resonating more with the masculine energy. And you could also be female, resonating with the masculine energy, who's connecting with masculine, who's resonating more with feminine energy. I know, and I've discovered this to be taking place with my twin flame and I, where it's interchangeable. But there was a lot of blockage with my twin flame and I, where the 3D programming had completely set my focus on, with me being a female, that my energy must correspond with the feminine energies that, you know, I'm hearing about. And that I've found to not necessarily be true a lot of the time. Doing research for myself, I can say that I have found that in past lives, a majority of my past lives, I have been a man. And for me to come into this lifetime as a female, to gain that experience and to work on those cycles that needed to be worked on, that have not been quite closed. And so I'm getting that being a part of this design here for a lot of you, where there's an understanding now of who it is that you are. And I feel this is an energy for both masculine and feminine. Again, it's that interchangeable and what resonates with one at the time. So 4-4 energy, we're moving into 5-5 energy, where we have a 5 here, and this will be the 5th card. So that progression from 4 into 5, and definite change here with the Judgment. We'll see what comes under that Judgment as the 6th card here too as well. 6 is being about unconditional love. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So with this, I'm getting this being a totally separate energy, where this is more of a 3D energy. That may have been a soulmate for this masculine here. Seeing the green that's here. And I feel that being a part of that energy that I was just speaking on, with the male energy working and embracing their feminine energy within themselves. I am getting that for a masculine energy, there was a feminine energy outside of them as a soulmate here that was in this Five of Swords energy. This being a part of an uncovering of what has taken place with the Four of Wands that has attempted to come together in its divine way, being interfered here by a Queen of Pentacles here that is holding Five of Swords energy above them in their crown area. Hurt people, hurt people. There's an energy of this queen where there may have been more of a focus on material. And with that focus being more on material, not necessarily loving themselves and knowing how to love themselves. Not having that awareness because there's been way too much focus on material, and that being the way that they have communicated love or their definition of love, or how love has been defined to them. And I feel this being reflected for the masculine energy coming from this Four of Wands here in a feminine energy outside of them to help them move through a cycle here so that this Four of Wands could come together. I do also feel too that this is what the feminine has also grown into and overcome. So at the beginning of one's journey, not necessarily feeling like a Queen of Pentacles, just seeing the energy of the feminine here in this card. And that being a part of karmic cycles needing to be closed and programming that needed to be worked on and clarified. And in overcoming, Five of Swords energy, judgment, universal law coming into play. Now we have this abundant energy coming through here with the Knight of Pentacles and a Queen of Pentacles, where the feminine energy here may be older than the masculine energy, but the masculine having more of an old soul. That old soul coming through in this Knight of Pentacles energy and assisting this feminine to help the feminine to come into their power of a Queen of Pentacles, knowing their true worth and value and overcoming any obstacles that may have come from a Five of Swords connected to a Queen of Pentacles that was tied to this Knight of Pentacles. And this could be with that 3D energy. This could be a mother energy, and this could also be also romantic energy. With that mothering energy, attempting to find in a partner what it is that they know to be within their mother, with that Knight of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles. And then discovering and having this reflected, that Five of Swords energy, to move away from materialistic ways of being. And now this Knight of Pentacles with that movement forward by this Four of Wands. This Knight of Wands coming back as a knight in shining armor, returning, I feel, to this Four of Wands here, having learned some lessons here from a Five of Swords connected to a Queen of Pentacles in a 3D sense. Where Wands energy is that spiritual house, that being more about that spirituality. Your energy, Sagittarius, 9th house energy is deep spirituality. This Knight of Pentacles returning to this, having built sturdy and stable foundation, knowing what that represents and what one is feeling. I feel they're moving back towards here with the horse going back this way. In a West energy, West being about transformation. And that blue energy, the child is wearing blue here. So that child, I feel, if the child is still yet to come and arrive here in this lifetime, I do feel that their spirit, with this connectedness of the family here, again, has been speaking to both their mother and their father to be able to help them to come into this life here. Five fives being about the change that needs to take place here in order to bring about greater change in a destined partnership. 6 cards. We have is the Nine of Pentacles. So this being that feminine energy I'm getting here, where they're owning their Queen of Pentacles, but in doing so, they're taking it to another level here, where this is about that self-love and that self-worth and that independence, being strong within oneself and not having codependency on others, being able to be in their power and support themselves and deliver for themselves, and that bringing about this change here and that transformation energy of that Knight that's moving forward, or excuse me, moving towards this Four of Wands here. More Pentacles energy we have on the bottom here. This whole row, this bottom row is Pentacles out. So that, I feel, kind of even speaking further to the energy that is being built upon with this foundation and what is coming in. We are reaping what we are sowing here. And I feel with that feminine, staying in integrity, being in their power, overcoming the obstacles, with the collaboration of Three of Pentacles energy I'm getting here overall, with the mother and the father and a child. That helping to overcome this Five of Swords, bringing in that assistance from the universe here. That blue energy is also West, transformative energy, and throat chakra energy. So this also, I feel, being about speaking and being in one's truth. The Knight of Pentacles doing so, and in doing so, the back is turned to a Queen of Pentacles aligned with the Five of Swords, where I feel that with that, it's helping this feminine also to come into even more of their power, realizing their worth and what it is that they have within themselves, and that being presented here with this Nine of Pentacles here. As above, so is below. And I've been getting that a lot lately with the last few readings here. But we have Four of Wands above here, the union. I feel speaking to both. I was getting both masculine and feminine energy from this card. And then the Five of Swords, where we have that cycling block here, provided by Queen of Pentacles here, that may have been over time and throughout lifetimes attempting to stop a Four of Wands here. A spiritual marriage that's destined to come together, a twin flame union. But then also too, that feminine energy, realizing and recognizing their worth and their power, seeing who it is they're connected to, I feel, where that spirituality is a very vital part to the feminine, and not so focused on material, but finding balance within themselves. I feel they are also coming to see their worth and their value, and that, again, being present there in the Nine of Pentacles. 9 being your energy, 9th house energy. So I do feel strongly for a lot of you that this is you and that feminine energy, where you could be resonating or cross-watching and be picking up on the masculine energy. Just take what resonates. But judgment coming in for this Nine of Pentacles here, where I feel that spirituality and that game, being true to oneself and powerful within oneself. And then, you know, again, that interference coming into play there. So let's see what your clarifying card is. Go ahead and shuffle here. I turned the music off just so we could have the silence here. I didn't turn it off the last time. And we have Guide. Now this did come out, I want to say, for Scorpio. Don't quote me on that, but this did just come out in one of the most recent readings here. And so I do feel that overall, with your 9th house energy and spirituality, and you having Sagittarius moon, that this is definitely speaking to you. And the Hermit energy, that one has had to be in. But also I feel for the masculine energy, seeing the amount of armor that is over the masculine energy. But you being in your hermit self, coming into this greater awareness and clarity, providing this light to others, I feel, as you have gained it for yourself. Now being called to action here as a spiritual leader and a guide, because of the abundance that you've come into by being in your spiritual strength and power. Realizing and coming into also clarity about knowing who it is that you are and your worth. Very strong and stable, independent energy. You may have a bird or maybe a lover of birds, but I feel this also speaks to the tie of past lives here too as well. Virgo energy is present here too as well. Virgo having the polarity energy of Pisces. But I do feel that overall with the message here, your presence here is to be that spiritual leader and spiritual guide to help others, where you're assisting the masculine energy from within yourself. But then also I feel for those of you who are connected to a very strong soulmate here with this union coming together, both of you being this guide energy here and representing what it is to bring in true love and have that being built on sturdy and stable foundation. And that Nine of Pentacles energy there. And the feminine kind of being the leader in this. And that possibly being a part of that programming that was blocking the masculine. And that being a part of that Five of Swords energy there too. I feel that everyone involved had a Five of Swords energy at some point in some kind of way with some cycles. And this all playing out and balancing itself out, I feel, with the spirituality that is being found within one's true self. And that inner light shining on the outer. You can see the guide is also barefoot, that being about being very grounded. We have very pentacles-y energy here at the bottom. And sunlight energy. The sun being very significant. That being a part of your energy with the fire energy. Sun being also the ruler of Leo, that could be significant for both masculine and feminine. And I do feel that is speaking to that guide and that leadership. So let's see what we have for guide, which is a major arcana, with it being the Hermit card. An inner voice calls you now. As you accept your spiritual apprenticeship, so will you also guide others up the mountain. So if this was, I do believe strongly this was a Scorpio reading. If it was, that Scorpio energy with the 8 energy that we got from the 4 and the 4, and that compacting into the 8, the magic of this. And I feel that tie being very strongly to a Scorpio energy. But you also having very strong Scorpio energy, that a Fucus tie there too coming through. But yeah. That pretty much sums it up. So, Sagittarius moons, this was your reading. I hope that these messages were helpful and enlightening and empowering to you and for you. I thank you all so much for your continued love and support and for being here. Until we meet again, take great care. I love you. Peace.